by you. So yeah, man. So I was wondering how we said we were gonna touch on the situations. Like how's everything going, man? How's everything going with everything you've wanted to do? I'm not gonna start shouting things out because plans change and all that, but just
no
how's
doubt.
everything going?
I imagine you're alluding to the podcast.
Just in general. The last time you were here, you kind of we talked about some of the aspirations and goals. But again, it's been a while since we talked. Sometimes goals and plans, goals, if that's what the goal is going to be, we've said this before. If that's what the goal is, and that's what the goal you want is, then plans change, but the goal stays the same. But sometimes goals change. Like you said, your goal was to be a chef. Once you realize the other things that went with it, all right, my goal needs to change because that's not going to work out. So, just with that said,
by the way, I made some fire crab cakes the other day.
Nice.
So I still enjoy the cooking aspect of it, but everything else that goes along with it, I was like, that's not so much.
I can make a mean peanut butter and jelly.
Hey. So yeah, I mean, I would say probably the biggest new thing that I'm working on right now is still the podcast. Now I have a co-host, which makes the process go a little slower than I would like it to.
Mm-hmm.
But we did give ourselves the permission to be bad for 50 episodes. 50 episodes.
I think that's fine. I'm giving myself, not putting it on a episode thing. I'm doing, because I'm pretty much doing one episode a week.
Mm-hmm.
So there's gonna be, plugging them out how I plug them out, how I've been doing them.
Yeah.
I give myself time wise more than episode wise. I give myself a year of, hopefully I can give some type of decent conversation to somebody within that year, but I know there's going to be some some toss over your shoulder into the bin episodes.
Yeah.
It's all a learning process. So I'm still trying to figure it out my damn self, man.
Yeah. I mean, it pretty much falls in the same realm if you're doing one a week. That's 52 weeks. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, yeah, absolutely. There you go. You know what? I wasn't even thinking about that.
But I mean, it's incremental steps. Each time you do it, you are going to tick towards getting a little bit better. You know what I mean? Just like we were saying. So as long as you keep moving and keep doing, which is the trick, you just have to keep going. You have to keep practicing in order to get better. As long as you keep moving, man, you'll get there one day.
Yeah.
You might not get, if your goal is to bring down, 50,000 a month off of, advertisements or affiliate sponsorships and stuff like that, then you may not get there, but you might hit 10 G's a month. That's 120 a year.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah,
I can live on that.
I can live on that. I don't need that much. I'm easy to please. Yeah. So look, man, it's one of those things, and it's still therapeutic for me a little bit. Since I'm antisocial, this is me being social. So it has its benefits other than the financial aspect of it, which is still there, and something obviously I still want. Let's not fool ourselves. At the end of the day, if we can get paid to do something we like to do, I'm with it. So
the topic of my podcast is super selfish for me. So I think I told you.
You can hold the teaser. You can hold the teaser right now. You can hold it. Unless that episode's coming out immediately or within the next whatever. If not, hold the teaser. We're gonna have to hold it.
It's not so much an episodic topic. It is the general topic of marriage.
Okay.
Right. So I'm almost positive I told you the name of the podcast, right?
Woodpecker. There's a woodpecker in the logo, right? Yeah, I remember.
It's the marriage is tougher than woodpecker lips.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So the selfish part of it for me is I know, since I struggle to communicate fluidly with my wife, that having conversations with people that I interview and with my co-host is going to make that easier for me because I'll be practicing it and choosing to do so. Right.
I'm gonna have to get you on an episode. We're gonna have a relationship thing. Like, you might be my relationship guru. You might be my Dr. Phil when it comes to this topic. You know, you gotta try to find somebody that would be relevant in the topic you want to talk about. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think I'm holding relationships to the side. I'm holding like conspiracy-ish things with a couple people that I know want to talk about that. I'm holding religion off to the side too, because there's a couple people I'm waiting to have that conversation with. But you might be the relationship guy I need in my life to help me figure myself out.
Hey, I can help, but what I've learned to do is only speak from experience. So as much as that will afford you, I'm willing to give it all to you, man. That's my plan in the podcast. But
I feel like that's the best way to do it.
I'm just trying to be a better husband.
Fair enough. So you can hear me. You can be, oh my God, you're crazy. I'll be the person saying the crazy shit, and you can help me figure out what the hell's going on with the sexes of the world.
Hey, I might shock you.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. All right, so we'll set that up. In the meantime, right. You know, please come back and or let me know when your podcast is up. That way I can do my little part to promote it on my end of it. And you know, can't wait to do it, man. You're good at what you do. So conversation wise, I can't wait to hear it, man. I'm sure it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, man. I think we have 4 episodes recorded so far.
Nice.
I have to go in and, you know, put the finishing editing touches on them and whatnot. So I'm in the process of learning to do that, you know, putting music to the intro and outro and recording separate intros and outros and all that.
See, you're doing it the right way. God bless you. You're going 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Like, you're just building your episodes first, and then you don't have to, like, you could kind of.
I'm trying to make them plug and play, so I can just, all right, I know this needs to be right here. Click. This needs to drag and drop. Episodes here.
I gotta work my shit out better. I do an episode, so normally I do them on Sundays with Will and Len. I do an episode Sunday. I'm now spending the next few days trying to get it all together because it's like, all right, boom, 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 boom. I should have kind of just gathered up X amount of episodes first and just kind of divvied them out when they were gonna go and just sit back and relax with it. But you know, I just hit the ground running.
Hey, you're publishing, and that's really all that matters. You're putting it out there. As you go, it will get better. As you're learning, you'll spend less time editing because you will put systems into place that will make it easier for you. And the guy I told you to look up, John Lee Dumas, has a book on it. Matter of fact, it's in my stack of stuff here. He has, what is it? This journal as I'm making a mess of my desk. Here it is, if you can see it.
Gotcha. The podcast journal.
Yeah, so you basically go through this, and it's basically a notebook on topics and how to do certain things or whatever. And then he has a paid group online. Actually, another book of his that he just released on the 23rd, which I got already. The Common Path to Uncommon Success.
Okay.
Yeah. So he goes through the things that are going to help you be successful in that. Just got it on the 23rd, read it already.
Oh, wow. So you're not fucking around. All right.
No, so for a podcaster, because that's what he does, it's a very good book to read. Right. I forgot where my point was going, but either way, you know, making those incremental steps is going to make life easier for you, because as you learn, you're going to be like, oh man, that's a lot easier to do it that way. And that was my point. He said his first episodes took him 3 hours to edit down, right? And he's like, now because I have a process, he's like, it takes me 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Then some of my technology might be a little bit outdated. Like there are certain times I am just stuck and waiting for like 20 minutes. Like I have to wait for this process to happen, and I'm just sitting back like, all
Oh,
right.
I
But
got you.
not. But technically, to your point though, from first episode till now, you know, it gets a little bit quicker to do it. I won't say that. So
Yeah.
to your
Oh,
point,
by the way, he puts out a podcast every single day.
see, that's where the joys of a team come in.
It's not about that for him, man. He has a very small team. But when he started that way. So when he was just by himself, he started doing a podcast a day. But what he learned to do is block off one day. So I think about 8 hours in one day per week, he would do all of his interviews and then take other time to edit them down and then schedule them to release as they needed to. So, as he does it now, he'll do one day where he's doing the interviews, maybe if he's only taking 5 to 10 per episode to edit, you know what I mean? Maybe 45 minutes stretching it to
Yeah,
edit it all down.
but I
And
mean, still though, it would be nice to somewhere down the line just be like, all right, it's recorded. There it is. Just tell me when it's getting released. Like there it is, man. You
oh,
knock it
bro, that
out.
exists. You just gotta pay for it. How
Um,
much is it really worth to you?
Not enough right now that I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
That's
see,
why I'm doing it all by myself right now. I said it
you can
would
put
be
you,
nice somewhere down the
you can put it
line.
on Upwork. You can probably find somebody on Fiverr to do that.
I'm going through avenues. It's not really a team or anything like that, but I'm going through avenues of trying to figure out how I can boost,
Don't
the
make me pull your
overall
card up in
brand.
here.
Huh?
I said, don't make me pull your card up in here.
Hey man, listen. I own all my shit. It is what it is.
I tell my daughter all the time, man, don't give me excuses. Find a way.
Nah, amen. But hey, I'm finding a way. I haven't
Yeah, I
gone
know.
that route. I'm getting it done. They're still coming out once a week, so they get it
I'm gonna
done.
be on your other shoulder when that devil hits the other one. I'm gonna be in there
Shut
like
up.
this.
I'm just gonna look. Not even my angel ain't gonna say nothing. Just grab that look.
I'm gonna have a T-shirt that says, "You know what it is."
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. It still gets done, but there are
Hey,
times that
hey,
you're
hey.
just like, to be able to just be the host
Yeah.
and do the show and have the time to work on the next show or do whatever. But then you have to switch hats to editor, and you have to switch hats to
Right.
designer, and then you have to switch hats. Like, not complaining on it,
Yeah. Hey,
but
and by the way, until I get my first one published, I can't say a damn.
yeah. So we're all in it, man. We're all just trying to get it done. I went back
Yeah.
and I heard. I wonder, is this something you're still doing? The legacy letters.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
saw the last one, which was, well, maybe you did a couple more. The one to your son, which is pretty awesome, about becoming the man of the house.
Yep.
Like I found a good lesson in that. Like I realize, I mean, I don't have anybody to leave a legacy letter to, but I'm realizing how important and how what a good idea that is. And I thought about it off of just that one to the son, because I'm thinking, while I'm hearing you say the words that you're saying, and very well put together. Please plug it after we're done, because it's a good thing for people to hear. Uh, it's two ways that people go about things. It's the lessons that are given to them in the hopes that when shit hits the fan, they are as prepared as can be. You
Yeah.
can be prepared to go become a firefighter your whole life, and then you go in your first burning building, and you realize, nah, the same for me. Like, nah, I'm all right. But then that's the other option, is you get thrown into the fire, and I'm just hearing these words about becoming the man of the house, and it's awesome. That's like, all right, I'm giving you the heads up now. Anything happens, this is the role you're gonna have to play, and the things that come with it, as opposed to, God forbid, he gets put in that situation, and it's just like, boom, here it is. Like,
Yeah.
you're now the man. So it's just I just thought about those things while I heard it, and while I was listening to it, was just realizing That actually is an awesome idea, and I if you're whatever your plans are with that, it is a good idea. I'm glad I got a chance to hear that one.
Yeah, yeah. So that has been put on pause for no other reason than I just don't have enough time to do all of it. Um, I made a decision to focus more on the podcast right now. I do have a bunch more letters written, but I haven't dedicated the time to record those. Um, and I mean, that's neither here nor there. Like, there's sometimes I think about it and I get upset with myself, but to some extent, like, I really can't get upset with myself because I did start it at least.
You know what's good
I
though?
have
Good.
I haven't recorded past the one you've heard for my son. Uh, I need to record one more for my youngest, and then everything beyond that won't any longer be individual letters. They'll be, for all three of them. Just things I've learned. But more or less, like you said, sometimes the path changes. It's not something that I'm not going to continue to do. Just at the moment, that has been paused.
But still seems like, okay, they're not being recorded like you're saying, but you have been writing them down. So those legacy letters are still, intact. It's still a beautiful thing. Like, to be able to give it out to the world to hear is one thing, but to not, okay, if it's not being done on that recording sense, but to be able to say like, oh no, but those gems are still there for you. Just maybe not on YouTube or anything, but they are available to you. Like, that's still
right.
You're still doing your job as far as that goes. So that's cool, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Actually, the notepad that got stuck to the book that I told you I read that I picked up, this is where they are. So
okay.
it's
Don't
it
lose
ain't
it.
that. Nah.
I was gonna say in that mound of paperwork over there. Don't.
Oh man, that's his books.
That's good, man. I'm on. I gotta. Actually, I guess I kind of been doing it. Like I said, I have to get to my Goggins book, but before that, I'm on the book I'm on now, and I'm kind of going back and forth between reading and audio version just to try to keep a balance going, so I can, I'm still in there. But again, man, I got hit with this little low tide.
Yeah,
But
it happens to the best of us, man.
Not to Jocko and Goggins, but other than those two people, I guess it happens to the best of us.
No, it happened to them too. I promise.
Nah, they'll be the first one. Maybe not Goggins. That man is a Terminator. Like, he may be a cyborg. He may be a robot. But Jocko, he'll be like, if you have to and it happens, take the time to yourself. So again, it's one of those things that I realize that I'm not getting out. Like, I'm just taking a step. I know, people know themselves. So I know myself, that I know that, there's a part of me at a different time that would have been like, F this, like, getting out the car. But now I even, not even a thought in my head. I just know for some reason I just had to take a quick little breather and just get back into the fight. But you have to, I have to engage quick, because
Yeah, and I told you, this is why you need that very strong why about what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it. Obviously, that when you look yourself in the mirror is gonna get you moving.
Yeah.
In the times that you don't want to move.
I see, but that's the thing though. I had that motivation at one time. Like, all right, let's go. Go. It was just something. I don't know. I don't know if it's no excuses. There's things I can say about work and time rise and things like that. But at the end of the day, that's all. Again, I'm looking at the highway knowing I gotta get back on the highway. So there's really no excuses to be had. So I gotta I gotta dip in it. The fact that we're doing this now is me, I guess getting in gear and getting it.
There you go.
Yeah. There's it can't stop. It can't stop. My mentality, I've said this a couple episodes ago, I have to go into that storm. I cannot seek shelter. Like, I have to get in the ring. I have to now get into this mental fight and I have to be Rocky. Like, okay, you're gonna knock me down. I'm gonna get up and have the opponent like, what the fuck? Like, this guy just won't go down. Like, I need that. If not, life gets depressing for me. The mundane of the everyday horse shit that everybody, and I'm nobody special, but the horse shit of everyday shit is horse shit. Like, like whatever. I need something like that. The normality of it all, of just being a drone, of just wake up, go to work, come home, Netflix, sleep, wake up, come home, go to sleep. Like that puts me in a bad spot. Like I perform better in chaos than when things are, I guess I'm better at wartime than peacetime. I don't know how to act at peacetime.
I purposely put myself under pressure because I become more of myself under pressure. I perform better under pressure. I told one of my managers that I wish they had been there more in a capacity of a coach that would put pressure on me to perform. What I've learned throughout my life is if I don't feel pressure to accomplish something, I will let it falter. Because in some sort of way, by letting it falter, that eventually will put pressure on me to pick it back up and fix it.
Right? I am. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I guess to some extent, I'm okay with the judgment of people thinking I failed because that will get me moving again.
Makes sense.
Right? I don't know, but having the right accountability partners in your life is a major thing, especially for me. You know what I mean? So that's the reason I tell people my goals probably more often than I should, because I need those people to sometimes ask me the question like, how far did you get? Did you do this? Did you do that? And it's not so much that I need them to motivate me. It's I want that pressure of performance, right? I can do something and get it done, but without that pressure, I'll do it a lot slower.
Yeah, I get it. Because in certain instances, I'll do that. I will say what my plan is because now I'm on the spotlight to get it done. If not, I'm that guy who bullshitted, and I'm not that guy. So if I say it, that I'm with you on that. That's actually a tactic.
Right.
And depending on the type of person you are, that's a good tactic to use. That's why I use it sparingly. Like sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. It depends. I find that I am forever, as long as I can remember, as long as I've had a memory that I can go on to, as long as I can remember, I've been a procrastinator. But I've been a procrastinator for that reason that you said. Give me 30 days to complete it. It'll be half-assed. Okay, day 28, 29, you're going to get the best out of me. There hasn't been a moment in all my procrastinating years that I've failed at it. Yeah. I back myself into a corner, and it's like, okay, now it has to get done. And now there's a sense of urgency. I need that sense of urgency because if I don't have it, you're not going to get the best out of me. So
Bro, in that book I recommended, Atomic Habits, he actually touches on that very point. And I forget where he said the quote came from, but it goes something along the lines of your goal, your action, whatever you're trying to accomplish, will either I'm trying to not mess it up, but ultimately, whatever time you allow yourself, your ability to do it won't rise to the amount of time that you give it. Man, I'm messing this quote up bad.
But
that's crazy.
I get it though.
It more or less he says it's like you shrink to your ability shrinks. I don't know. I'm messing it up, man. But it's in that book.
We'll say this, man. As far as I go, I play up to my competition. With procrastinating and me getting to that end date, that's like, okay, that's the best of the competition. Like, I'll play up to my competition when it gets time to get it done, because my procrastinating ass, I'm now 1 or 2 days away from this being done when I had a month and a half to do it. You know, I play up to my competition. Okay, it's go time now. You know, now I put the gloves on. Like, okay, now, you know, again, sense of urgency that kill or be killed. Like, now I'm in the jungle. Like, now I gotta fend for myself. Right. So that's things are as good or bad as you make them. So being a procrastinator, while you kind of don't want to be that, if you use it to your advantage and you're able to produce and do it consistently, it's one thing if you're a procrastinator, but you're 50-50. Sometimes I get it in, sometimes I miss my date. That's bad procrastinating.
Right.
You're a procrastinator, but you know, you hit your mark every time. Okay, you got it done late and you rushed yourself. But if that's how you produce the best work, you know, how bad is it if you're getting it done? So a lot of it is the individual.
I think the point that was being made, though, is if you shrink your window, right? Let's say you have 30 days to get something done, but you shrink your window because you know you can do it in 2 to, let's say, 3 days. You're going to more quickly rise to the occasion and have more time to get other things done. Right?
Agreed. But I have to get to the end of that date. Like, I maybe people
that's fine, but move the date up.
Again, well, yeah. I mean, I guess you're still procrastinating at that point. If you're doing it, you know, 3 days instead of whatever, like, you are still cutting it mad close. So, yeah, I agree with that. And again, like, to each his own. At the end of the day, whatever it is to get it done. If your route of announcing your plans because you are now that pressure of, all right, well, shit, I just put myself out there. Like, I put my name on the table.
Yeah.
You gotta set your name right. So, you know, or if you are whatever niche works for you, I guess at the end of the day. So I was telling my nephew, man, like, go to school. Don't. There are people they're like little kids that playing video games on YouTube is a better position than my older ass. So, you know, who am I to say? But just it all comes down to game plan. So, you know, and I'm quite sure, sir, that at the end of the day, your game plans are gonna, again, goals stay the same, plans always change. Eye on the prize, and you're a chess player, man. You're a chess player.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to be, man.
You would think
I got a lot of pieces to manage.
More so than I do, and I always tip my hat when that fact comes out, because, you know, just me, myself, and I don't have, you know, I just have to worry about myself and the things I'm trying to do. You have got a lot more hats you put on other than my little couple caps. So, hey, man. For now, yeah, probably for a while. We get into the relationship conversation. It's gonna be longer than a while after we have that conversation. You'll be like, yeah, you're good. You're good. You're on this. You're good by yourself. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, man. So, hey, man, I appreciate it. And again, when it comes to the podcast, please give me any information when you can, so I can do my best in my part to big it up to the best of my ability. You know, as always, man, it's a pleasure, man. I appreciate you coming through and giving me the time and the energy. It's always appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I have fun as always. So whenever you want to have me back on, we can do the relationship topic, and I'll be ready.
You say that now. You say that now. We'll see. No, man, I appreciate it. I'm not too crazy. I just have my, you know, like everybody else, I have my perspectives and point of views on certain things. Not saying I'm right, not saying I'm wrong. I just have a perspective. So, you know, we can shoot back to my point of view and your point of view and find out where we land on that.
Yeah.
You might turn me into a better man after the conversations. Who knows?
I'll try.
Might go further into the dark side. Who knows at this point?
Hey, man, all I can do is try. That's my goal.
Hey, man, that's all any of us could do is try. You could try to help me be a better man. I could try to be a better man. Whatever is going to happen, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, Mr. Bryan Hooks, again, man, thank you for taking the time. Anything you want to plug, anything going on, anything to keep an eye out, please feel free to take this time to just big up anything, any books that you want to recommend. This is your floor.
Oh, wow. That leaves a lot of opportunity there. My podcast that I'm working on is the Marriage is Tougher Than Woodpecker Lives podcast. And my name is Bryan Hooks. My co-host is Paul Sargent. I'm not going to say will be. So look out for that. My goal is middle of April to have the first episode released, published, however you want to call it. What I have to decide is the length that I'm going to release it in. It's either going to be like the full hour and a half that we've been recording them in, or I might break those down to like 25, 30 minutes. The books that I recommended, Atomic Habits, Common Path to Uncommon Success. Those are 2 of like 4 that I just read in the past week. They're crazy. You'll get a lot out of those. As far as the legacy letters, you can find those either on my Facebook page or on YouTube under Bryan Be Kind. Outside of that, I mean, just keep it pushing, man. That's the only advice I'll give.
That's it. Pushing. That's it. I said I see you on the highway, but you blew by where my mile marker a long time ago. So I got to catch up to you, man. So if I see you on the highway, I give you a little honk. And on that path, on that road to success, man. I'm just trying to catch up to you, bro.
Hey, one of my favorite people in the world said, "Don't strive to be like me. Strive to be better than me."
Nah, fair enough. Don't get me wrong.
Whatever I could do to help you do that, I'm in there.
Don't get me wrong. Just, I'll try to pass you. You try to pass me. Just don't drive me off a cliff and we'll be all right, man.
No, man. I'm not going to tear down somebody else's building.
Don't turn this into death race. And we'll
Gary Vee talks about all the time. Like there's 2 people in the world: the type that has to tear down somebody else's building so they have the biggest building, or you could just build a bigger building.
Yeah, that's a good summary. It's a good way to put it. I like that.
So we could do the moon race.
Yeah, all right, fair enough, man. Either way, save a seat for me up top, man, and
absolutely
can't wait to celebrate with you, brother. And again, much success and best wishes to the podcast. Can't wait to hear it.
Thank you to you as well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. If there's ever a time that you need somebody to hop in for a guest co-host or anything of the such, please feel free, man. And I'll be sure to let you know when we're gonna do that relationship one.
No doubt. We'll get you on as just a guest for an interview.
Sounds good to me, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
So for Mr. Bryan Hooks, get some of his descriptions on the link below. I am Paul Allen. Thank you for another Paul N Palz Podcast experience with me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's it, man. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.